Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Used to come to Delhi at least twice or thrice a year because my parents, like all my grandparents and everybody stay in Delhi. So I used to come there. So like, the thing was like now everything needs to be done myself, and at home I did not have to do so much.
You would have learned how to clean your own vessels and clothes and everything out there.
Cooking, cleaning, washing, everything. My whole life. So from 11th, 12th, I took commerce. I knew BCom. So I knew that I was going for an MBA. That's why even in BCom there was a lot of pressure that.
Okay, so hi everybody. Today we are here in conversation with Shubham, who is from Shillong. And the best part is he has been born and brought up, like literally raised in Sikkim. So Shubham, how does it feel living in Sikkim? Like it's such a beautiful place and full hill station all your life.
It's definitely great. So as people generally say, they plan vacations, they come during the summer vacations or winter vacations to Sikkim to experience the weather, the greenery. It's pretty different from the rest of the country, a bit isolated also, but at the same time, it's a whole different experience. It's pretty great to live out here. The state's small, so the people are much more welcoming, and everybody, like there are many people, they're closely knit people. All in all, it's a great experience, and it's not like that there are a lot of locals or anything. There's a good mixture. So we find there are a lot of people who are from outer states like Bihar, then there's UP, Delhi. So there are people from everywhere. So it's a great experience till now.
Lovely. So that's nice. So, you mentioned that people are very close knit and all of them. So does that come as always an advantage, or you think sometimes it's like just too much? Everybody here just knows everything about my life. I really can't do anything.
It's not, to me, like me personally, it didn't affect that much because so basically I was in Sikkim till 10th. I was in Sikkim.
Okay.
After that, so there's Siliguri, just 2 hours from Sikkim. So I shifted there for school, and after that for my graduation I went to Delhi. So that generally the phase of life where we get the feeling that we do not want a lot of people looking into our lives, that was mostly outside for me.
Oh, interesting. So Delhi, which college were you in?
Shahid Bhagat Singh, DU.
Okay, awesome. That's great. So how was the transition like from like a hill station life with an amazing weather and your life which are living at Sikkim, you moved to Delhi, which is like super populated and super polluted as well also, and there's a lot of things. Like, was it like a shock feeling ki, Arey, where have I come? I don't like these people. I don't know, because Delhi people are considered to be a little not welcoming as compared to Sikkim.
So basically, I used to come to Delhi at least twice or thrice a year because my parents, like all my grandparents and everybody stay in Delhi. So I used to come there. So it was not that big a change for me, but obviously the main part was the freedom that we get. So staying in home till class 12 and suddenly shifting. So that was a great change in the freedom. And also the place, yes, there was a few changes. Delhi was more populated, like the cultural differences also. Delhi operated in a very different way as to what Sikkim does. Like
what's this difference? Like what are the different points?
If you come to Sikkim, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock, everything shuts down. So you do not like the nightlife. So right now it's been growing a lot, but at my time the nightlife was not there as much. So you come to Delhi, the nightlife is what Delhi is about mainly. And also in a lot of different other things, like I being from DU. So in DU, the politics and everything, the elections and the fests and everything, they are at a very large scale. So that was a pretty big change for me because out here nothing of that sort takes place. So that was a pretty big change for me.
True. So, like you mentioned, when this politics and, a lot of things which is there in you, like all the cultural change, did you ever feel like, why the hell did I leave Sikkim and come here? And, you regretted that moment of making that decision?
Not specifically, like there was no regret. Obviously the starting few months that I went to Delhi, there was transitioning from living at home, having everything out there, and then going out and so DU doesn't even have hostels, so we need to find out accommodation on our own, have to arrange everything on our own. So that was a bit
Hmm.
hectic. Like the thing was like now everything needs to be done myself, and at home I did not have to do so much. So only that was the case where it felt a bit uneasy, but overall it was not a regret because that was a completely different experience.
But I think over the 3 years, you would love the whole fact, no, that you've become more independent and that freedom.
Absolutely. Though overall, the 3 years, like meeting new people, making new friends, living with them. I mean, going and living out with random people. Then at the end of 3 years, you become kind of the best friends that they really have in college. Then doing everything with them, going out, handling the house things and everything. So I mean,
I'm sure you
independency,
would have learned how to clean your own vessels and clothes and everything out there.
cooking, cleaning, washing everything.
So that in
So that was
lockdown, you can support at home right now while you're at home. I'm sure.
I do. So in the initial phases of the lockdown, when only like my father is in Sikkim right now, and
Hmm.
me and my mother we are in Siliguri right now. So it's only
Okay.
us in home. So in the
Hmm.
initial phases, when everything was locked down, the society and everything, so I did help out with the household chores. So
Oh,
that was
good.
something because I went outside. That I knew how to do
Good.
everything.
So your mom is lucky that you are assisting and helping her on that. I'm sure she'd be very happy you're there with her.
Generally, mothers don't tend to show that. I mean, they are happy, but don't tend to show that. You may know.
True, definitely, definitely. That's very interesting. So, then how is it feeling that, you were living your life independently in Delhi and now you're back to Shillong, which is again
Yeah,
in
I
the,
mean, in a hill station. So when I
yes.
did get when I got to know that I'll be going to Shillong and everything, so that was a bit. So I thought that now I'm again gonna go back to a hill station. So Shillong and Sikkim, they are pretty similar. I mean,
Hmm.
the locals, this whole scenery and everything, that's pretty similar. So I thought that it would be I mean, the similar line. So I was a bit. I wouldn't say it upset. I just like I didn't want to go to a hill station again. I personally don't prefer. I mean, living
Yeah.
in Sikkim for the past 20 years, hill stations have been too
Hmm.
much for me. So, but overall, at the end of the day, it was the college that mattered, and it was a pretty great one. And once getting into an I mean, I didn't really have the time to even go and explore Shillong. Like I just stay in the campus. So I mean, it
Yes.
doesn't matter. Yeah, but initially it did matter to me that again going back to a hill station.
Okay. So
I
when
mean,
you
in
say that,
Shillong, it's again the same things.
hmm.
Everything's shutting down by 8 or 9 o'clock. There's not much night life or anything else. So it was a pretty big transition from Delhi.
Okay, so then when you got back here, like you said, you didn't go much off campus. Why? Like, is it so hectic that you're not getting any time to go off campus, or you have everything out there?
So basically, yeah, we do have most of the facilities. So the best thing about that is like the current campus that we live in. It's in the heart of the city.
Hmm.
So it's in the middle of the residential area. So everything's pretty nearby us. Also, it's hectic. I mean, the first semester in MBA, the first 3 months, that those are the most hectic ones. You need to get acclimatized to the whole environment. You need to take care of your end terms, midterms, also the inductions and everything. Then goes on, so all that, and then I got into the place com, so that works pretty hectic. So the whole year, I mean, I was mostly consumed in the work and the campus activities only. So going out of Shillong, it's not been that much. I've gone on 1 or 2 trips at most. So but maybe second year it's a bit chill, so maybe this is the time when
That
I'll explore. Hopefully everything gets fine by then. Yeah.
that's interesting. So, like you mentioned, that the first, it's so hectic with all of those things around, and the kind of pressure which is there. So, what is it that helps you to keep going? Like, there should be something which pulls you up and motivates you to get up every day. Ki, no, I cannot give up. So, what was your motivation factor?
So for me, like my whole life, so from 11th, 12th, I took commerce. I knew BCom. So I mean, I knew that I was going for an MBA. That's why
Okay,
even in BCom there was a
nice.
lot of pressure that
Hmm.
start doing a CA or something like that. So, but
Hmm.
I didn't go because I knew that I'll be doing my MBA. So this was like the main thing. This was what was going to make my career. So I knew that I have to do this. So, and basically in the starting when you go, that's the hectic time, like all the late nights and everything, because it just starts. So because we are habituated for late night, but that's generally for fun parties and everything, not for work.
Hmm.
So generally
Yes.
the first week or the first 10 days, those get hectic, but at the end of the day you start getting habituated to that. I mean, it's not only about work at night. So we have a batches of around 200 people, and
Yeah.
everybody, all the 200 know each other. So when you stay in a small group, you know each of the 200 people. At any point of time in at night, you know someone who's there with whom you can hang out with, you can share the workload and anything. So it's pretty great out there.
Lovely. So I've heard the campus, you guys have like really chilly winters and all of them. So how was that experience?
Yeah. So basically, for me, so Sikkim also gets chilly. So, but Shillong is colder than Sikkim.
Yeah.
So in Shillong, every time, even in the summers, at night time it gets a bit chilly. Like normally it gets a bit chilly. So in December also it started getting chilly. There was fog and everything from the evening only. So it used to get. I mean, the majority times in the July to September time, it was a lot of rain. Now in the start you like rain, but at the end of the day, when it rains 24 hours for months, that is it gets too frustrating because we cannot go out. Even if we need to go out to our classes, we get soaked wet. So
Yeah.
that was a bit frustrating. The winter times they were chilly, but what happens is like we get a 1 month break in winter, so we come back to our homes. That's the most
Oh,
chilly time.
lovely.
So it's too cold out there. That's why we even get a break that time. And overall, I mean, it's good. Like the weather it's better, because me personally, I do not like hot weather. Being 4 years in Delhi, it was pretty bad. It was too hot. So Shillong's a pretty great place to live in.
Interesting. That's lovely. So, that's nice that you experience all the seasons, so like the normal summers, then the crazy rains, and then super chilly winters, which sends you back home, which is there.